And if I had to describe Sterling Point into a random assortment of words, it would be 2000s rom-com, peak 2014 Wattpad, Anne Hathaway, The Parent Trap, High School Musical specifically because of Ellis. That's his name, Ellis. Ellis is quite literally the moment back in 2006 when your eyes first came across Zac Efron. Yeah, a little bit of Outer Banks because of the water and all that. All those words and ended off with Gen Z. That show was absolute perfection, and I think the reason why is because I'm hearing that they were allowed a lot of creative freedom. They were allowed to let things roll off the tongues, and I feel like with a lot of shows, especially the ones that are catered to Gen Z, it's always forced, it's always cringe, it's always a hot mess. I might stick around because I need a show, I like the story, but this one specifically, the reason why I mentioned peak Wattpad is because Wattpad wasn't just good because of the stories that we got. It was good because there are only certain things that you can feel when you're reading a book. When you're reading a book, it explains both sides, the emotions, the little gasps, the little things that are shared in a book. I felt like I was reading a book while watching the show. That's how good the acting was. I even adored the color. It kind of felt like that film vibe. The color grade. There is so much to love about this show. And one thing that always stands out to me, wardrobe. Wardrobe. I feel like sometimes shows don't get time and place correct, but you could tell who was from where. Everything just made sense. Every little part of the show was well thought out, and that I appreciate. This I need a season 2. There's so many moments that I could relate to in a modern sense. For example, Annie peeping the chair at the thrift store and then her being like, no, this would so be worth so much in New York, because it would. It would. If it was, listen, time and place, water bottle at an airport versus at a museum. Time and place, that chair in New York City, immediate elevation. Something about this show, it's not a show that you can pick up and put down. Once you click play, you have to finish the entire show, and that I appreciate. This is the first time there was a love triangle, and I was genuinely wait, I kind of like Bose. In the end, obviously, it's Ellis. There's no doubt about that. But there were some moments between Rory and Annie, the sauna scene, for example, or just chats that they had that were just so inviting and warm, and I was like, wait, why am I kind of seeing it here? This never happens. But I genuinely had a time. There were some parts of the story that I couldn't have guessed, and I really appreciated feeling like I was zapped back into the 2000s rom-coms without feeling we're trying hard to be that. But yeah, this show was perfect. I genuinely felt like I was watching The Parent Trap. I felt like what I felt growing up, and I found myself actually finding the jokes hilarious, actually relating to the characters, the age ranges, the references. Sterling Point was absolute perfection, and I'm going to need more seasons.